what's up, y'all? It's D about to react to this album and preach of it. It's titled "We Support Trump Offing Our Kids." Oh, whose kids are getting clapped by Trump, and who's okay with that? What's going on? Let's watch.
It will endanger other people if you don't follow orders.
What if President Trump orders a school?
Their names are Mary Lou and Bob. They look like a Mary Lou and Bob.
Squad of army guys to walk down the street killing anyone they see. They should do it?
Yes.
Mom?
Yes.
What?
So they're talking about folks in America. They're not talking overseas when they're saying this stuff. So this family is one of the most fascinating families for me because they have this podcast, okay? It's two of their kids live in California and the two other ones are in Oklahoma. And they're like very big mega parents. And it is the most fascinating, insane podcast possible.
Should members of military follow unlawful orders?
Yes.
What?
They should follow any order that the president gives.
Even if it breaks laws?
Actually, the soldiers are not
supposed to
under the president. They're not supposed to just serve. It's not the president. So if the president's doing some crazy, they're not. That's not who they plead allegiance to.
But there's also just an aspect that soldiers are not supposed to follow unlawful orders. Mm-hmm. They have that responsibility. Mm-hmm. Now, anyone who's been in the military knows that that's a bit of a blurred line.
Yes.
In that they do demand obedience to such a high level where a lot of the training is like, if I say jump, you say how high. But then there's also that little caveat, which is like, but if the order is unlawful. In the psyche of a soldier, for a vast majority of them, is a hard one to discern. Mm-hmm. And that's why you've seen a lot of combat situations or a lot of different situations overseas or even locally. There's a conflict there, but they'll generally veer towards following the order.
Mm-hmm. I don't even understand. Like, how can you come to that conclusion?
Sounds to me like you lefties are now beginning to fear the fact that the military is going to get
Calling your son a lefty is crazy.
Involved.
Like in an insulting way. Actually, the concept of this is interesting, and I live because the son seems like he's cool with exposing his ignorant, bigot parents for clout and views and engagement, and he don't care how bad it makes them look. Like, he's not embarrassed. He like, this y'all look stupid. I'm gonna debate y'all. I'm gonna give my stance, but y'all can look dumb, and I'm gonna put it out there. Period.
Grasses are grass.
But wait a minute. You're okay with what if Donald Trump says, I want you to carpet bomb?
He said this is the daughter too, for the kids.
Oklahoma City, kill everyone. You think the Air Force should carry that out?
Yes.
There might be a reason, we don't know.
This is insane.
You cannot be this stupid. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes, I live, yeah. I peeped it. They don't really respect their parents. So it's like, all right, we're about to expose y'all, and this is good content, so let's go. Like, my parents are so ignorant. They're bigots. They're terrible people. The things that they say to me, this will go viral. Yeah, let's hop on a podcast together. That's wild.
And see there, guys, you
expose
are
them.
witnessing
No, I'm here for
a little girl. Bear with me, because she's a woman. I know you're witnessing a little girl becoming an adult. Because an adult is realizing that your parents sometimes are stupid. They're not the big thing that you thought they were. They're not, oh, my dad is the strongest. Sometimes you see, oh, yeah, no, sometimes my dad pussy. And sometimes you think that your parents are doing great work, and you're like, nah, they failed at some point. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to parent your parents.
They ain't parenting shit. I'm sure they already realized that they were this way, which is why they got on the podcast with them.
You're going to look at your parents, you're going to be like, what was that? This cannot be the same two people that raised me. You cannot be this stupid. The way she said that, you cannot. It's everything leaving her body. She's like, oh my God, they are this stupid. Those realizations are tough, man.
My. This podcast was going well until that.
Are you kidding?
So you guys said it's fine for...
You just said it's cool if he fucking levels Oklahoma. You're like, yeah, fuck it. There must be a reason. Like, you literally can't be that dumb.
You know what the problem is?
What's the problem?
Mom and I don't believe he'll ever blow up Oklahoma because we're on his side and so's the whole state.
No. And that line for me fascinates me. Because I think that underpins the vast majority of the people who cheer on the cruelty that they witness. is that they're convinced it's only going to be against other people. And so when they see government overreach or when they see
Until it start happening to their
violence or
neighbors.
extreme cruelty against kids or people of a different shade, different ethnicity, different nationality, they're going to celebrate because it's never going to be me. So it's not the behavior that they're necessarily in love with, it's who it's against. But when it's their turn, all of a sudden the behavior's a problem, right? And this man is weaponizing this even against his kids because they're a different political affiliation. That's how. So his label for political affiliation to him is more important than his relationship with his idea as a father. It's not racial inherently. That's why, no, in general. Like a lot of it, they don't care if it happens to Renee Good. They don't care if it happens to whoever.
You're against us.
Yes, it is very much. There is a racial element. I'm not saying there's not that, but it's not the defining factor or the sole determining one.
No.
Yeah.
It's like they're in a cult.
You guys are worried and afraid because you live in a state.
Because when you're in a cult, it's like nothing else matters. I don't care if you're my daughter. I don't care if you're my dog. All y'all could get shot if y'all don't believe in this ideology. This is the GOAT ideology. How could you not believe what we believe over here? Like, it's us against y'all. Like, it's crazy. It's actually scary.
Might happen.
Okay, let's theoretically say that does happen. Let's say Trump sends in the Marines to Los Angeles, California.
Don't
let's say
don't bring us into it. Oh, he's in LA. That's why he said that.
out going to see a movie on a weekend, and he says,
And
go
you
into
better
that
get
shopping mall.
under a truck.
Shut up, quiet piggy. He says, go into that shopping mall
they don't
and
fuck
kill
with
everyone you see. And let's say I get gunned down by the Marines for just
Okay,
being out of
number
mall.
one,
All for
let's just take
Okay,
it
Dad,
one step
wait a minute,
further.
Mom, wait
No.
1 second. Wait 1 second. Dad, hang on, Mom.
Hang on.
Dad, you just said
for
you are for
your
Donald
own
Trump
son.
murdering me for no reason. And you would support that.
If he walks into a mall to kill people with military,
There has to be a reason.
there's a reason. And I'm all
This is also scary because I hear people talk this way about religion and like God. It's like, don't question God. Don't question Jesus. Everything happens for a reason. It's all in his plan. So for them to talk about Trump in that same fashion is very scary.
for it. And
What if the
people in
reason is
Los
crushing
Angeles,
dissent?
California are as deserving of execution as the fucking assholes in New York City. You're all
Including me.
fucking communists.
That's a cult.
Oh my god.
That's a cult.
Literally.
Dang, he said, Dad, you would support a man who would kill me? And he went,
I could care less.
that's crazy.
You know,
When you get Steve United by your own dad,
You know how I know it's a cult? Remember when the Christians went and said, you know what, in the name of Jesus, we're going to kill these people. Don't that sound familiar? In the name of Jesus, we're gonna enslave those people. Oh, any religion did that. I just took Christianity, but everybody did that in the name of their religion. They did that. They're doing that right now.
yo, preach will never miss a
I
chance.
never miss a chance.
To shit on Christians.
I will
You
never
are
miss a
like,
chance.
and you making me defend them because you overdo it so much. You like, oh, they're a cult. Jesus, man, I'm like, holy shit! Every day video, second chance.
Yeah.
Okay, get off your chest.
Yeah, but I just did.
See, I have my own opinions as well, but I really try not to shit on other people's religion. And my opinions aren't the strongest preachers, but yeah, he don't give a fuck though, apparently.
But that's every religion. So I'm going to be fair to everybody else. It's not just one. It's
I don't know, it's
and
always-
it's the same call. It's the same ammo that you guys are using. The same call. And if there must be there must be a reason. It's like this guy. To you, this guy is Jesus Christ. To you, it's like, yeah, whatever he says goes. If I bring my son and try to sacrifice his, well, that's what God says, right?
Because, yeah, that's the only other time I've ever heard people talk like that and have this blind faith is when they are referring to their religion. So for them to act like this with Trump is crazy.
Telling me this because I have the trauma of my childhood. When me going to church and you're telling me these stories and everybody's nodding like, yeah, this makes sense. Abraham brought his son and he's trying to murder, and then you saw a fiery bush and he said, that's cool. I was just testing you. Whoopsie. Joke. It's okay, don't worry about it. Your son is traumatized, but that's cool. Yeah, I do have PTSD from that because everybody in my church nodding. I'm like, niggas, I'm a son.
I don't have PTSD from it, but I've talked about this before and me like trying to explore Christianity and being very frustrated with the answers that these religious leaders were giving me. I even went to like a Christian resort and everything. Like I don't know if it was a resort, but you basically went you were around other Christians of the same age and you guys prayed together and like went to little workshops and stuff together and things like that. Like I was really trying to explore the religion for myself as an adult, and yeah, just the things that they were saying, and then when I would ask questions, it kind of was like, yeah, just be quiet and just have faith. Like that was the sentiment for, you know, anything whenever you try to question like, wait, why is this or isn't this wrong or whatever. So I definitely had that experience as well, but I'm definitely not traumatized from it. I was just like, hey, this ain't for me. I tried, this ain't for me. But yeah, he clearly has trauma.
God damn, bro. Damn.
I think that when you ever see families get to the point of this divided where you would even endorse the killing, you have to admit that some of it is cultish. And like, to me, to see a parent talk about their child that way, that they created themselves, and talk about you support this man that you've never met, that you don't know, that you've never lived with, that you just worship so much that you would endorse him and his execution of your kids because you believe everything he does is just. It's a cult. You don't even know the reason. You just assume it's going to be like the man is always ethical, which, as the most ardent, trustful, I don't even know how you could believe most of the things he does is necessarily for your good. You might say some, but you think that everything he does is for your all good? No, you're in a cult. You have a cult mentality. You might not be no hoods, but there's definitely a cult aspect to it. I've never believed in anybody in my life the way you believe about a man you never met. If my own mom killed somebody that way or ordered it, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Mm-hmm. There was a time that we didn't even talk politics, like even within your family. It's kind of taboo. Now it's really open about it, and people know who their people are voting for. It's very out there. My parents were hiding it from me. They were like, hey, it's we don't talk about that. They didn't talk about work. They didn't talk about, there's some policies at some places of work where you do not talk politics. I feel like today, if you go vote, don't put the things, you know, because you're supposed to have a little cubicle when you're just put a table. Everybody knows. You put it on social media. You just air it out. It doesn't matter. You don't. It's not as close as it was before. It's kind of a weird thing to see that, but you know that's a shift. Even my parents that back then they were not talking to me about politics. Now we do have conversation about that. Is it good? Is it bad? I think it's good that people are open and be able to talk about it.
I think it is good.
But and you know what your people are willing to, you know, kill people in commies and all people in California. They need to be gone. That's a white ruckus right there.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying about talking about. I don't even like the fact that we talk about it more, to be honest.
You don't like it?
I don't. And the main reason I don't like it is not like it was never like a thing that I invested myself out to the utmost degree, because generally election cycles would pass and a lot of the same old would be unfolding. And you could coexist in a world where you have people with like starkly different political opinions, but it didn't mean that you guys were so far apart that like humanity was completely lost. And now it's like we're in such a different age where you can't afford not to think about it, because literally it could affect everything. Affect your travel plans, your work plans, your business plans, everything. Politics is optional as long as things are safe, as long as the status quo remains. And so when things are optional, you can choose not to talk, and that was the choice I made a lot of the times. But now things are very, very different. And you're seeing things bleed into every aspect of life. Like I saw a couple people in my own social circle start to talk politics, and when I found out why, I couldn't stop laughing. Because these people worked in the arts industry, and they're like, oh, politics is just divisive, I just don't want it. And then all their fucking funding got slashed, because apparently museums and funding fucking dance programs is no longer important, after-school programs are not important. And because a lot of that federal funding gets cut, now they want to talk.
And that's something I definitely acknowledge, because I talk about how I'm not into politics either. I don't really get involved in what's going on. And I do understand that I have a privilege to a certain degree. So, yeah, I will be honest about that. Because when he puts it this way, and, you know, there are certain programs and whatnot that are being cut and people's lives are being affected, I understand them like tuning in and being like emotionally invested in politics and what's taking place. But yeah, him putting it this way, I'm like, okay, I can acknowledge that. I definitely have a privilege in this regard.
I say, well, you waited till after the motherfucker everyone warned you about gets in power to now, so now you understand. If you're one of the many people who's getting targeted by ICE or whatever it is, like, you don't have an option to not care, because you might have to move involuntarily. If you're one of the many people who has a business, who does international trade, which is most business nowadays, you don't have an option not to care. Imagine being those kids who didn't care, and your parents are advocating for you to be like dying because, you know, they're cultivating. Like, you can't not care when your parents change that much. If my mom, I'm picturing myself in that situation, right? My mom has said something like that to me, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, she dead to me.
Well, because you're dead to her too? You're potentially dead to her too?
No, because she stopped being a mother. Anytime you're
that would be really hurtful if my dad was just like, hey, if you get shot out there, that's on you because I'm pro-Trump. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, obviously my dad is not pro-Trump, but actually he doesn't talk about politics either, like ever. I wonder what I mean, obviously I know he's made comments to where obviously I could tell how he feels overall, but yeah, he doesn't specifically talk about politics. But anyway, if he, you know, was a Trump supporter and being weird and made a comment like this, it would really hurt my feelings.
Don't advocate for a stranger's policy when it means your own kid's death, and you're doing it callously with no regard.
Also, I don't think my dad can vote. He's a felon, so for many, many years ago, okay, when he was young, my dad is a changed man. He's turned his life around, so good for him. But yeah, but I think that once you, I don't think you can vote ever, right? Once you're a felon, I don't know how that works.
There's not even. I can imagine a world where I could maybe understand. This is not it. He didn't get zero empathy. If he kill you, like he had a reason.
But she also stopped being a human.
Like there's no expiration date.
Human. If she stopped being a mother, she stopped being a human. Yeah, I get it.
So
we had this conversation. Was talking to your mom, and I said the same thing to my mom, and I shocked her because you said if you was not a good person, I would not chill with you.
Yes.
And I said the same thing with my mom because that's true. It's like, hey, we cool and everything and stuff, but that's a good person. I don't care if you're my mom. If you're not cool, you're out.
I don't mean like we have an argument and we disagree.
No, that's not what we mean.
You know, but I mean like you try to steal from me. I wouldn't keep anyone in my life who tries to rob me. I'm not going to keep you because you're blood. Because that's a character issue. Like, you better have some circumstances that are crazy for me to understand. You better have a drug.
Okay, yeah, obviously you can't vote, but it's not saying, like, if there's an expiration date on it. Like, is it like, oh, you can't vote for 10 years or what? Because my dad, that happened many, many years ago when I was a child.
Addiction that I'm trying to save you from or something. But you just stealing with, even though you know I would give you so much.
I don't know.
Oh, no, we got a big problem. I feel like I can close my eyes and not have to worry about shit. Like, when I invite you into my house, it's not because you're my mom. I invite you in my house and let you stay here because I know you'll make my house safe. You know, you'll still nag the shit out of me because you are what you are. But I feel comfortable talking about this way about mom because I say this to her in person. And for her, it's very foreign because she's very immigrant, like, family. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. I'll drop any of these motherfuckers if they do some weird shit. And I'll never think twice. Because my peace of mind, you know, trying to keep people in my life who hurt me, I ain't got time for that. I've done it before. It was a waste of time, a waste of my energy. Them bitches didn't learn. And so that's why they dead to me to this day. Well, our relationship is like...
Yes, Abba. Oh, that was a word.
But she still has like a lot of that fucking African where she's just like, family, I can't let go of this dead weight that's going to kill me. Yeah. I'm like, you stupid. You stupid. Hey, yo, fucking...
No, I'm not.
Get some air, bitch. Why are you holding on to that dead weight? This person's gonna drag you down and blame you for the shit they doing to you, and you holding on. But that's her relationship with family, so I just shut the fuck up.
No, it's really that. I'm like Ricky Blaze, man. Take away yourself. Cut them off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My mom's more like popcorn. Family! You know what I mean?
That's it.
Like, at some point, I was looking at my girl's father's relationship with his family, with his brothers, and I was like, I thought it was crazy at first, because they're 18 kids. 18 kids.
The best.
But he don't speak to half of them. And I was like, yo, that is crazy.
I mean,
but if you think about...
speaking of 9 siblings, that's a lot. That's a lot. I think that's enough, you know? Like, what are we talking about? Let's say he had 30 siblings, and he's like, I'm only talking to half of them, 15. That's a lot. When you're dealing with really large numbers of siblings, it's like, all right. Even if he did want to talk to all of them, that's impossible to, like, have a personal relationship with each and every last one of them. So I don't think that's crazy at all. Good for him. He talked to 9 siblings. That's a big number.
First, 18 kids, that means that you're from the young one to the oldest one, there's at least 18 years. So by the time that you're born, there's a lot of motherfuckers that's out their house. On 18 people, there's a chance that some of them are going to be jackasses. There's a chance. And they're going to gang up together if like their group, you know, oh, we don't fuck around with this group over there. They're your brothers. No, we don't fuck around with this group over there. When we have gatherings and they sit over there, we don't. It's normal. I get it. So at first I was like, yo, that's weird. You don't speak to your brothers? Now I really get it.
At that point, why have family gatherings at that point? Like, why invite them?
Because the parents
Be quiet.
That. So you're not doing it because you want that. You're doing it because your parent want that. I cut my grandfather off a long ass time ago. This motherfucker dead to me before he was dead. My mama asked me, oh yeah, why don't you go to his funeral? I was like, why would I go to the funeral of someone that's already dead? She didn't like that, but I mean, she understood. I went for my mom. I went to support her into
when you go to a funeral,
I'm doing that because I love my mom and she likes the idea of us together, even though she doesn't get that we don't get along. I'm gonna be cordial until this motherfucker say some fuck shit. Then tables are flying.
Then all bets are off.
I mean? So I think in a lot of families, that's what happened. I'm gonna go for my mom. They know. So that's pretty much it.
That's hilarious. But facts. That was a word. You can't hold on to family members just because they're family when they're proving themselves to be terrible people. Like, I'm good. But these kids, they clearly are just cool with, exposing their parents. Like, yeah, we're showing the world how stupid you are, how ignorant you are, how much you guys are bigots, la-da-da-da-da. We getting clout, we getting the money from this. So, yeah, I support it 1,000% because their parents are ridiculous. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, though, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye!